I wrote my life story again because I was traumatized when I got here. I wrote a chapter, The Awakening, which I think will be very enlightening to some people. But the book is about everything. You in the book, of course. The book is my whole life, right? And I had written it 25 years ago. I sold it 6 times for movies, but 25 years ago, so much has happened since, including most of the deaf comedy and all of the deaf poetry. So I wrote it again, and I did that, and then I put that on the shelf because I ain't dead. And then I wrote a book called Eat to Live, which I'm promoting. And that book is about how we can live post-pandemic, you know, a lifestyle to stay. Because all of our friends, the friends I lost, kid, they died because of their diet, all of them, right? Andre died because of his heart disease. And everybody with diabetes and all of these things is caused by the animal product, which is shocking, but is fact. Not the sugar for the diabetes. Processed sugar ain't good.
No.
It will give you cancer, but the meat is what gave you cancer. The meat is what gave you diabetes. And Simon & Schuster is a publisher, so they're a very big publisher. So when they come along and research it to make sure we don't get sued, and you read what's in the book, it's shocking, but I want to share it with people, and I want to get people to pay attention to what they can do, you know, to save their lives, because you went through COVID and you look like you didn't go through nothing. And it's because of your diet, because you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
If you were smoking and drinking and...
In the last 7 months, I lost 25 pounds.
People sat around and got fat.
Yeah,
you sat around and got skinny.
Yep, look at me. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. Close it off.
Right. Right. Kick your feet off. Right. See? You take your time to better yourself. If we can inspire anybody to do anything.
You got to. You got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Water. And I try to tell people drink water. Water, 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 water. You don't even really have to exercise. Drink the water. It'll mellow everything off you as long as you ain't eating a bunch of sweet stuff and, you know, eating stuff that you ain't supposed to eat. You know, but at a time like this right now, so it's kind of hard to, like, you know, but one thing I will say is it's a reset button for a lot of people. Like I said, I got a chance to do a bunch of different things that I couldn't do because I was always on the road. 2 weeks ago, I put out my new clothing line, Sucker Free. It's doing really good. I started 2 albums. I'm working on 2 albums right now. My serious show is doing really crazy. I started on an animated cartoon. So all these things happening within the last 7 months because I was be able to focus on everything, you know. And so that's been a plus. But just seeing people going through what they're going through, man, it's just a sad thing, man.
Well, God has been He's blessed a lot of people with self-reflection and a chance to really look inside and build new stuff. My service, running All Deaf Digital was like young people doing creative stuff. Some of their comedy, kid, I got to tell you, it's like nerd comedy. That's the new black comedy. And I didn't understand it. So I was watching the kids run the company. And then I always put our gangster old ass niggas in the shows. They'd be like, all right, Russ. They would shut me down a lot. So I was really a manager of creative people, where my whole life I've been having fun being creative. And then the other stuff I was doing, I made a movie called The After Party. It's about this young black kid, Super Duper Kyle, you know his record. And he was great, and he was with a white kid. He was 17, and the Jewish kid was like 19. The Jewish kid was his manager. And all he wanted to do is run up in the Jewish kid's sister. Since he was a little boy, he always looked up to her. And he wanted a record deal. So when you watch the movie today, it's like a kid's movie.
Right.
And then they put Def Comedy Jam on the name of the movie because that was part of my deal with them. And I said, well, this ain't really Def, but I did it. So the movie came out, took my name off it. But that's okay. But my name is on it, you know, forever anyway. But I didn't need it because it didn't really suit me. The only thing I was doing that I loved was on Sunday, Soul Sunday, I would teach. When Deepak Chopra didn't teach, or when Swami Radhanath or Reverend Beckwith didn't teach on my Soul Sunday at my yoga school, I would teach. And that made me very happy, Soul Sunday. So the rest of the week, I was just kind of working. I was doing another Def Comedy Jam. It was kind of like the same. And it was all the same. So then God gave me a shift to do something new, right? Just like you're doing something new. And so God blessed a lot of us with resources to do something new.
Right.
And all of us have that. You know, all of us have a chance to look inside and find out something we really want to do and do more of it. So I was very lucky building these schools and running this talent agency also all over the world, which I should get you involved somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives me something new to do, and it's giving you now. I'm glad to hear about your serious show. I'm glad to hear that you are making a new album.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to hear that you have found, you know, new things, because maybe it's time to do new things.
Yeah, I mean, I had my real estate office for the last last year. We've been selling houses like crazy. It's amazing how many people are trying to leave New York, Russ. It's crazy. But every day we selling houses, we selling condos, buildings, and so like my whole thing now has been that I don't want to work for anybody no more. I want to own everything. LL Cool J, the one that you birthed, he called me and asked me to come and do Sirius. Well, I'm on radio so with the Block Party on Fly. He wanted me to leave to come and do Rock the Bells, and I really wanted to do it, but because I'm on this, I want to own everything, and I don't want to be under nobody thing. You know, I declined on it, but and that's where I'm at right now. I want to be like you. I want to be able to create opportunities for other people like I've been doing, and doing on a bigger scale. You know what I'm saying? Look, I started about Giving Kid Foundation. Russ, I go to schools and Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and I take care of kids that's less unfortunate. I have all these different companies sending me all these different things to make sure the kids are good. Procter & Gamble, Walmart, Target, all these different companies, like Nike, Adidas, everybody. And these kids, man, the way how they look when they leave, all the stuff that they leave with, you can just see how happy they are. And that alone, you know, it means a lot. So, you know, right before the quarantine, we was about to do the last one I did was in Charlotte. The one I did before that was in the Bronx. The next one we was going to do was in Jersey. Then the quarantine hit. So I want to get back to that, you know, and do that. But these things are moves that I want to make, because I feel like I worked a long time, man. I worked a long time. I gave myself my whole life to it. I've been respectful. There ain't nothing out there where you can say kick capri on people or violate anybody or did some whack, get where you had to go or any of that. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I just deserve to be in a certain position, and in order for me to do that, I have to own everything. And that's
God telling you that you deserve.
Yeah.
You know, you deserve to be. You had to look inside and find, and God tell you, say, no, you deserve. And that's why you're manifesting these things. So yeah. I'm very happy, man. I just wanted to check in with you. I was going to try to talk about all of Def Comedy, but yeah, I'm really more interested in all the future with you. Look at all them gold records back there. Look at how many gold record people love and revere you.
You got a Grammy?
All you've been involved in.
Jay-Z?
Yeah. See that? That's because people love and revere you for all those years of service. And now building a new life, because, you know, we're going to lay down soon. And, you know, we can't run around and travel and do all the things necessarily. Not you, but me. I'm way older than you. So, you know, build new, get on. You know, it's going to require a phone call. Move that from there to there. Okay, I got to go. Drool on yourself while you tell them, move that around. Okay, keep that moving. And then hang up. And they like, okay, Mr. Capri just said, move it around. And then move it around, and they send you the check. Then you give the check to your kids. And that's good.
Well, the good thing, I've been a boss for a while, but I don't treat anybody like that. And I think that right there, I think that groundedness, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what people respect. Yeah, I have the talent, but more than that, and LL told me this too. He said, kid, half the talent, half your career is your talent. And, half the career is half your talent and how you look. Half the other half is how you look. And I took that and I always knew that, but when he said that, it just solidified it even more for me. You know, it's how you carry yourself, Russ. Do you remember? It was his second taping, and the comedian is supposed to come on for 7 minutes. Yo, he was on stage for 45 minutes. Do you remember that? Do you remember when the FOI cornered him up? Because he said something about the Muslims or something, and they cornered him up and they were going to do him bad? Remember that?
Let me tell you that story because I wrote it in my book. And I didn't put his name, but I wrote the story. It was like you got 10 comedians downstairs giggling. Say, what's going on? They got Ted hemmed up upstairs. They f***ing him up. They didn't really beat him up. They scared the shit out this thing. Because he said something about the minister. But the thing was funny is that instead of them coming and getting people to try to stop it, they were all giggling. And I was like, what's so funny though? But they were like, that nigga. They didn't like him very much. I remember that. And that's how had he carried himself better, he would have been one of the greats.
Yeah, definitely.
But people didn't like him very much at the time.
Yeah, because his attitude wasn't there. But I remember one time we had a concert, Def Comedy Jam concert, and he was on the show. It was me, him, Bernie Mac, Bill Bellamy, Adele Givers, and somebody, I think Reggie McFadden. And he's in the car, he's saying, me? They can't with me. Bernie, Bill, y'all all right. Nobody. Yo, that nigga was crazy. But funny as hell. He was super funny. All you had to do was get his head right. Super funny. But I got footage, Russell, of Bernie Mac, us on tour, in the limousines, in the backstages, on the tour buses. I got so much footage of it. You only came to like certain shows, like the LA show, New York show, you know, certain concerts. But the funny is what we were doing in Tuskegee, Alabama, and Louisiana, and all the crazy South, and all the crazy we were doing, man. We had some times, brother. We had the best of times, my man. I want to thank you. Listen, let me tell you something. For everybody that's watching this, I want y'all to get this. Okay, this is in my movie. I'm doing a movie called Mr. Every Ever. Russell came up with Love Bug Starsky. Love Bug Starsky was a king in the Bronx. He was one of the dudes that had a chance to make records on an early on in hip hop. But he was a king in the fever. Okay? Russell could have gave Love Bug Starsky that position in Def Comedy Jam. It was that close. It was like that because that was his man. He knew and understood what I was doing, my grind, everything that I was doing. I took what the dudes that did before me and made it my way, brought it to the new generation, and made it now. And Russell could have made that decision to go and get him, and he put me in that spot. But so for that alone, Russell, I love you, bro, because that move,
you know, people like to credit you.
Man.
People like to credit you with seeing what God has given someone else. It was yours. I just was told, look at that. I whispered in my ear, look at this one. So I was very lucky. For sure, I was lucky. And so you made a lot. Man, everybody would look forward to seeing you. And then I would go to shows and watch you perform when we had the live show. And the way you did to the audience, the way you ate them niggas up, nobody's seen that. Nobody had ever seen that. So, you know, you had learned from those guys who were a little bit older than you, and you became, God bless Love Bug, by the way. He checked out on us. Same thing, diet. And, you know, all the drugs and alcohol, they help. Like, people always see my vegan picture and my non-vegan picture, right? The non-vegan picture I never mentioned There's also a lot of cocaine and a lot of angel dust. It's not just non-vegan, but the sobriety for the last 32 years has helped a lot, you know, and the vegan diet has helped a lot for the last 25 years. So I'm still here. You're still here. You look beautiful. I'm going to yoga now. I love you, man. And
I love you too,
let's talk
man.
off the phone, off the record, and check in, see how we might find something to do together, have some fun together.
Yes.
And let's stay in touch, bro.
All right, bless.
Peace and love, baby.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.